Listen, the Luminary itself, Dad. You're suffering.
Erwin, you're back. You're back.
Okay, so that also card confirms the voice is Mom. Yep, it's Mom.
Has freed you. Despair no longer holds you captive.
Oh yeah, because we did the ritual before everything hit the fan. So Dad finally gets to go to the afterlife, the actual afterlife, before Morrigan completely fucked everything up. So sorry we don't get much more of a reunion, Dad, but it...
My dear son.
Look, I don't know what the odds are. I don't know what the stat line is for Dragon Quest Pro tags. But for the two that I've played, the number of parents that are alive when you go about your heroic journey, well, it's less than one. It's less than one, and it's a whole number.
And remember, we will always watch you.
It's kind of metal, and it's like Morrigan himself does look kind of metal as fuck, but
I love you so much.
I guess what's a nice way to put this? Morrigan's like the wrong kind of metal. He's kind of like the dickhead metal, as opposed to like
my little one. Goodbye, Erwin.
As opposed to like, say, the Ozzy Osbournes. Rest in peace and shout out to the legend.
Honey, your hand. The mark. It's glowing
Also,
again. Your powers.
Luminary
back.
got his groove back. Luminary got his mojo back.
The Luminary is restored to us, and all thanks to his honored parents.
Yes, the fact that, you know, we might have to... I feel like I almost need to warp to Heliodor after this. And be like, hey, yo. Look, I know you weren't... I know it wasn't you that did it. But, King Carnelian, we might need to have some words. Those words may not be the friendliest. We have places to be. Let's pull ourselves together and push on. It might be an idea to head north to Octagonia, you know. If it's anything like it used to be, there'll be so many people there, someone bound to have something useful to us. Night of the Living Dead. Also, this. The whole goddamn... Oh my good lord. Good lord. That's a lot more stuff. More importantly, what's this? Giga Gash. Just a better version of Giga Slash. But, Jesus, that cost. That cost is absurd. But, we're gonna have to get it because this is in here. Giga Crash and Giga Smash. But more importantly, the first thing we need to do, increase pep chance, get Zap back. The entire goddamn reason we did not level up the Luminary's skills between then and now was entirely to get Zap. Of course, over here, it's just a lot of... This is just a lot of... Like, that's a lot of just minutia and stats. We've got kind of the bulk of it when we got, like, dual wield and when we had zap for a little while, and now we got it back. But, like, the next major one is in here. I don't remember if and when we had to get Ka-Zap, but I know Ka-Zap is on the horizon. Oh, Granddad has points. We should probably use those. So, yeah, both of the Dragon Quest Warrior games are Musos, and I think I would say like, I want to say I got through about 40, maybe 50% of the first one. And I enjoyed the fuck out of it. It was also before I ever got streaming in that, so I don't know. Maybe one of these days is like we maybe have to do like a Muso stream. Although, I was going to say, Dynasty Warriors as a whole, I would be going into that series completely blind. Is not to say that there aren't other ones that I've played. Maybe say like Hyrule Warriors. I mean, I did say Dragon Quest Warriors. Oddly enough, I did play, like, Warriors All-Stars. Oh, hey, goodies. Dress like a Dracilian. Oh, wait. Is the Dracilian armor actually good? I think I dabbled a little bit in the first one. I didn't do much with the one that was based more toward Three Houses. And the one that sort of was my gateway into the genre, One Piece. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. Dear God, did I put a lot of time into that one. Now, I will say this is like, I didn't know anything about like maybe some tier lists or like what characters were super good or whatever. I knew one thing for sure. I knew what my style of play was at the time, and there was a character that played perfectly into my style of fuck it, we brawl. Not fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we brawl. And that was the fucking Flame Fist. Fuck around and find out with the Flame Fist ace. I would have, like, I'll be honest, I would have ran more with Sanji just because of his unique, like, full-on, basically, kick style. Until I ran into the other side of Sanji's gimmick. And, true to form, he stays in character. Much to his absolute detriment in video games. And we're back. And, which Shonen Jump fighter Is that the kind of, like, not great one jump force from not that long ago? But I can also see that yeah. 3v3. Yeah, and that's like consistent with like the Pirate Warriors games, the straight fighting one that was just predominantly that was all One Piece, Burning Blood. Yeah, Jump Force. Like, I remember playing a little bit of Burning Blood, and there was a mission where on the enemy team was a Sanji, and I was able to take one female character into the fight, and I was able to KO Sanji's two buddies or whatever, or like basically work around the Sanji until it was just Sanji. And I was like, well, just tag in the girl and you basically win. You win by way of death by 1,000 cuts, because Sanji straight up can't do anything to you unless he gets meter. And he can't really build meter if he doesn't do damage. He can still build meter if I do damage, so I kind of gotta mitigate that part. But that enemy ran away from me despite being well away from the screen from me. Let's warp to somewhere closer to the academy. Oh shit, I didn't stop at the Phenomenon campsite. Actually, come to think of it, I didn't stop by the campsite near the Eerie Ire either, which is why I couldn't warp there. Because I was trying to figure out why I couldn't warp there earlier. I forgot to... What the fuck? It's raining? God damn it. And the goddess has decided to shit in my breakfast. Oh yeah, because I leveled up. I don't know how many more techniques I'm gonna get. Yeah, I don't think techniques is what I'm going to... Okay, well, it's slightly lesser head armor. Oh. Aww. That kind of sucks. Yeah, I did see that. Like, I am following the P5X Twitter account. So I did see that in my morning doom scrolling. So what you're saying is I should continue to not give in to the temptations of those that say at the end of my streams I should do some pulls and continue to hold out, perhaps hold out for well, at minimum Oracle, because as you've alluded to, Oracle is likely going to be cracked. No! No! What did I just do? I went to mix a drink. My controller fell out of my leg. And now I'm making a suit of armor that's gonna be fucking useless. I hate everything. The string of events Oh boy. This could end very badly. Or it could end in the best way possible. I have no idea how that played out. Oh no. Thank you, crit. Fuck it. Well, maybe the, like, boosted Dracilian armor might actually be better. We might have been able to make... We might have made chicken salad out of me being a chicken drunk. We might have just made chicken salad out of me being a chicken drunk. Well, I mean, if we're gonna have the armor, we might as well at least make the helm. Let him rock the digs that his father wore as a noble knight and future king, for the brief time he had, of Dundrasil. Ooh, okay, this might turn, this might get funky. No, let's do that, actually. Okay. Alright, I can actually get away with the double whammy here. Now, can I get away with this here? No, and we overcooked it. Why would you mention that? I mean, obviously it makes sense because you'd have to do that. You kind of are gonna do it in the Phantom Thief order, especially because you're going to have the Crossroads of Fate. Maybe do like some Crossroads of Fate stuff where you take on the next dungeon, and especially because you're gonna unlock the anime scenes of the other dungeons. So it makes sense that you're going to want to do that. But now see, here's the thing. I'm gonna pull for Queen! I'm gonna pull for Queen! Like, Fox in his... Oh, actually, you know, speaking of another, like, pseudo-Muso, mostly because it also applies a lot of Persona tactics to it, fucking Strikers! That we played on the channel! Kinda entirely forgot about that one. And, like, Fox was cool, had a lot of, like, unique counter shit, and a lot of just stabbing the shit out of things, and would kind of go full Virgil at times, but if we weren't as Joker, we were predominantly two people. Queen and Beauty Thief, aka Noir. Because those two were a fucking menace. Queen because she could affinity her regular strikes so that if anything was weak to nuke, they were fucking dead. And Noir could charge a bunch of her stuff to either apply gun or psychic or fuck whatever is in front of me, it is going to die. I'm intrigued to see, especially because the magic armor +1, I guess if we could get a +3 on the magic armor. Oh, but that charm though, charm. Lose a lot of our magic that way, but oh, we gain a bunch of magic and oh my god, that charm. The Dracilian. Not a mere pompous prince, but a knight. Worthy. Worthy of the adulation of his people and of those around him. Also, again, shout out to Hendrik and his scuffed training dummy. I must become stronger. I must resist the bunny girls. And if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, I believe it's about a half hour into the stream. It's in the first hour where I react as someone who has not seen it before, but I've seen it before. But it still hits the same where it's like, dude, you are supposed to be the great champion knight, hero of the people, and God damn it, Hendrik. God damn it, Hendrik, you got your fucking vices. And for reasons that are entirely explainable, because he's not wrong, his vice is bunny girls. Or the Ogler's Digest. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny either way, but yeah, he as we alluded to earlier and as we freaked out earlier in the stream about, Granddad, in his infinite wisdom, in his spiritual journey, his copy of his mint condition first run of Ogler's Digest 1 has fallen out of his bag or his pocket in his deep meditation, and Hendrik sees this as the single greatest discovery to mankind. Okay, first part, okay, fine, that makes sense. Second one, okay. Third one, okay, what the fuck? You're not even hiding it at that point. You're not even trying to hide. It's like, you will get the bunny girl because of the stripper pole. Also, the only reason we went here is so I could deposit money in the bank. We got 24 G's in the bank. Oh, this'll be rich. Oh, this is going to be rich. Like, not in the sense of me being a dick, but in the sense of, like, okay. Because this is the same game that is... This is the same game where it's like, everybody that's gotten their, like, great descended power has gone through unspeakable trauma. But Bunny Girl. And Stripper Pole. And but hear us out Hideo Kojima style with Quiet. Have you grown elegant enough to measure up to my standards? This will not do it all. Well, fuck you, Labouche. You a bitch. So 200 charm and my current level is not going to be enough. Fair. Dear fucking Lord. Bro. On one hand, this is so... Okay, so Madame LaBitch's charm quest is gonna take a little bit longer. God damn it. Oh, hold on. Before we go and talk to the ghost girl, a traditional costume that honors the rabbits, wild animals that once inhibited ingress, but are now extinct. It was designed in a light-hearted way to sublimate the sorrows of extinction into joy, but we must not forget the grief felt for the rabbits. I feel like that description just could have been done in 3 words. Hear me out. That description could have been done in 3 words. 4 if we want to really stretch it into, but hear me out. Advanced Acrobatics emote. A form of gymnastics that originally introduced to improve the strength of descendants, but became popular thanks to its unique and beautiful movements. That's the... That one is somehow even less subtle, and still could have been condensed to 3 words. Hear me out. Did you find the grave? What was her legendary treasure? It was actually the beautiful scene of her now destroyed homeland. Okay, so they didn't go with the one-size-fits-all. I respect your game. I respect the game on that one. So it was the fields of wheat that were part of her treasure that your homeland thought was more precious than the purest of gold? Well, that makes four bits of uniqueness within the, I'm assuming that's either cast of characters as a whole where only one of them rocks bare legs, or if that's four different styles, four different leg stylings to all characters in a variety of colors. A, that's a fair bit of work. B, and I do not want to make light of the work that they have done. Again, just kind of condenses into 3 words. Hear me out. Ooh, okay, no. Okay. So in a way, it's like, well, hopefully you have that character. And if you have it, I know I did just kind of be a little bit flippant with the whole, like, but hear me out thing, but, like, at the end of the day, still, too, they've went and made these subtle differences that make each and every one of them unique. Whether it's the collar, the ear design, the difference of whether it's the fishnets, the pantyhose, the stockings, the bare legs, the colors. They put the work in, and power to those that see those differences. I will say, not shocked in the slightest that you definitely noticed it. You have that quality about you where you will... Well, of course they would. Why would you... It's not. It's not. It is the... You notice the subtle differences that those might miss, and point them out, and then people appreciate those subtle differences. So it is by no means a dig. It is 1010% an acknowledgement, a recognition, and a compliment. Going back to the earlier thing, I mean, at the end of the day, you're putting them in a bunny suit and giving them a stripper pole teleport. And a dancing emote. Kind of feel like jiggle physics would come with the territory. It's not what I expected, but thank you. Oh, but before I go, have this. A chrono crystal? Rose, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like, just focus on the fields and the ocean view. Don't take too much of a look at Zwardrust itself, because Zwardrust itself is kind of fucked. There's kind of nothing left of it. Okay, so from a couple of things that I've seen is we need to get Pipeguy's charm up to 330 for this fucking bitch slug to acknowledge me as something that isn't basically street trash. So now... Oh, for fuck's sakes. Wait, I might have that. I have that. I don't have a couple of these, but... maybe I can putz around enough. The problem is the sword. I do have the plat platter. Oh, that's actually worse. What? Probably because I'll need to switch it for the... Okay, so that's a 210. 216, okay. Getting there. Oh, wow! The Marty Garb is huge for that. The Marty Garb is huge for that. Maybe we can get lucky and dance our way out of this. Because currently nothing that I have is actually helping with charm. Why can I give the... You know what? No, I'm not gonna ask why I can give him the bunny tail. Shield breaker. Okay, so, but that doesn't really help anything. Seems like the Sovereign Seal is kind of what I need, but, fuck. Alright, well, that's not gonna work. So, here's kind of the problem that here's sort of the problem that we're facing at the moment. Is Slug Lips Von Bitchface. Oh. No, because if I'm saving a youth center, it's by way of a skiing race. Where I am the most chaotic skier on the slopes, but it somehow pans out in my favor. Like, any of the traps that the douchey motherfucker that is trying to shut down the youth center is going to use to stop me is going to somehow work in my favor because of pure heroic dumb luck. And the fact that I don't care what happens to me as long as I try to help those kids. Okay, well, like, I will say this is like, I know we occasionally get, if I find the right place, I know I have, like, black cherry Pepsi. I don't know who my villain is. All I know is I am sort of the embodiment of chaotic stupid. Chaotic stupid, but luck stat 100. Chaotic stupid, luck stat 100, heart of gold, bad at conveying. In a weird way, it's almost like, basically think if Ichiban Kasuga got actually lived his life through the 80s, but without the fighting style. God damn it. Are you like the fucking burner account for Bills quarterback Josh Allen? Are you just the burner Twitch account for Bills quarterback Josh Allen? Because several players from the Bills, there's like every day it's a new D's nuts thing with Josh Allen. Which for a fanboy, help me out. How many times has he won MVP? Has he won league MVP? Is Josh a 2-time winner, or is he only a 1-time winner of league MVP? Which is not bad for, you know, Rocket Arm. Yes, because he's the current reigning and defending. Because he's the current reigning and defending. But yeah, last year was Lamar. 2020, that'd have been 2023. 2023 was Mahomes, wasn't it? Because it's been predominantly, like, it's been, thank you. I'm gonna say, it's been, like, predominantly QBs. Even though you could have probably very easily argued, actually the last couple of years you could have argued, last year you could have argued Saquon, 2,000 yards and the hurdle, the backwards hurdle. Like, sorry, honestly, you're spitting, you're cooking, you got a plan there. Yeah, like, MVP and, like, well then, like, you're gonna hear the guys like, well, that's Offensive Player of the Year. You could very much argue that the Offensive Player of the Year tends to end up being a goddamn quarterback. So it's like, the fuck are we doing here? Yes, it is. It's why, in a weird way, if we look at, say, the defensive side of the ball, at least from the time that I've been really watching football, it was nice to see Pat Surtain, nice to see PS2 win Defensive Player of the Year over, you know, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, guy like Mason Crosby, guys whose job is basically to murder the quarterback. But then, who wins Defensive Player of the Year? The guy that makes sure your wide receiver one does fuck and all game. Oh, you're on pace for a 1,000-yard season, but your last game's against the Broncos and you need that game to get that 1,000 yards? Guess what? Pat Surtain is on you like a goddamn fly in a fucking fly trap, bitch. Pat Surtain is making sure you do not get that 1,000 yards. And if you do get it, it's because for reasons that cannot be explained, the scheme had Surtain not on you. Okay, well, this gives me a plus 10, but none of these otherwise give me enough to get me to 330. So, sorry, Aura Blade, I need, where is my better sword? Where is my better, there we go. What in the goddamn fuck am I doing? Give me my platinum sword back. Wait, I don't think it's actually even the platinum sword that I need. I think it's no, it's the aura one. Where are you? There you are. That can stay. Give me that back. And these didn't change. Okay, so we can't get this done yet. Which kind of sucks because that's really the only one that we can kind of do at the moment. Well, no, we can go to Gondolia. We can go to Gondolia and we can go and deal with that. Because I'll be honest, I don't really want to deal with the next major plot-centric thing. Especially with us pushing toward 1 a.m. in the morning my time, because I don't really want to delve this stream into another stream that maybe had a hand with me being under the weather Tuesday. Not saying that, you know, combination of my drunk ass couldn't get ready for stream, because we were able to go out and about. Like, there was some bad food juju going on in the middle there. But I'm also not going to just ignore that we streamed till 3 in the morning that particular night before, and we had a full 60-pounder. We had a full 60-pounder sitting shotgun with me because it was on sale, and 3/4 of it was gone when we woke up the next morning. So we're not gonna sit here and just sort of ignore a symptom to the problem. We're going to acknowledge that we might have fucked up colossally, especially because it's like, well, 60-pounder, or 60 ounces. 60 ounces. We were toward the end of that stream Monday. We were no longer on our own accord. We were sailing the seas of one Captain F. Morgan. That's fair, but yeah, it's basically like we bought a 60 because it was on sale. Because like I do need to grab some. Oh god, this place just looks dreary and fucked. I really hope that the in fairness, in my defense, I hear it called a 60-pounder a lot up here. Is it 60 pounds? Absolutely not. It's 60 fluidic ounces. But if you find me a fucking distributor that will sell me 60 pounds, what she said. I would have to make a drunken effort. We would basically have to stop streaming Hitman, period. Because Hitman, we always play sober. And that might be the only reason we haven't completely fallen off the wagon. Yes. You find me somewhere that will sell me 60 fluidic pounds of Captain Morgan, two things are going to happen. Well, one of two things is going to happen. And it is entirely dependent on my financial situation. If I am not in possession of expendable money to get that, I will tell you, do not curse me with this knowledge. If I have that fuck you money, I will ask you, where, when do they ship to Canada? Oh. Why do I keep accepting these quests? Well, on one hand, could have swore these had like where it was. Oh yeah, Captain Morgan Rum Company, Toronto, Ontario. So, on one hand, they probably ship domestic. They can probably ship domestic if the Captain Morgan Rum Company is based in the hockey epicenter, at least what it likes to think it is, in Tirana. Believe me, we're still getting our burial shovels out for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, speaking of sports, my burial shovels. Teams that I will routinely get my burial shovel out for, because fuck you, that's why. Oh, hey, I did that Monday. I went and brawled my way up to my current level in all of the fusible personas. I still have a bunch to do on my current level, like my current level thing. I don't think 5S. Because Wonder is only, I believe, 54. He's like 54 or 55. Like he's in sort of that area. So I haven't done that tier specifically. I've only done like one, because I didn't spend the coffee on it, because at that point I realized it's like, it is 3:30 in the afternoon. I've been playing this since 11:30. What am I doing? I've got food that needs to be made. I've got stream that needs to be done. There is thunder outside, apparently. There is thunder and lightning wavering outside right now. But yet somehow, last night, clear skies, fuck all. Power surges while I'm playing Hitman. In the middle of the fucking grave fucking wake dagger kill. If you saw the Hitman 3 Ways to Kill video that I posted in the Discord from outside Xbox, Andy, I feel you, buddy. You're like 6,000 times the assassin I will ever be. But I fucking feel you when the game lets you down going for an assassination, or when circumstances outside of your control. Also, if you saw the video that I posted before that, which was the drink recipe that I was trying to show off, got caught trespassing for because I wanted to get a look at it to make it super clear, but then still posted it in the Discord anyway. It is one of the most vile, revolting. What on God's green earth are you doing if you ever make that drink? Oh, I thought that was two separate. I thought that was like two separate cans or whatever. Like, no, that's just a one. That's just like the two flavors in one. I would hope so, because you've got it. You would think that Pepsi would have a group that would test to be like, we gotta hit the bingo. We gotta hit the bullseye on this. I'm just gonna grumble in Canadian because I'm likely never to see it in my lifetime. Unless I travel south of the border. Because I don't see that coming up here anytime soon. Oh, fuck. Gallopolis! right, I'll bring you a flower. A mysterious flower near Gallopolis. Fanboy, when I get some money, I will look into it a little more. Fuck, that thunder is rumbling out there. Again, the thunder kind of annoys me more, just on the grounds of, like, you cut the shit out last night. Not saying we were gonna, you know, commit a perfect assassination, make sure the Constant didn't get killed, and rumble his bitch ass out of here, and we would have completed the mission. But we would have certainly made a sordid effort and would have done our level best and damnedest had the game not taken that from me. Yes, I'm going to be salty about that one because that is the attempt of what could have been. Every other attempt was absolutely my own incompetence that scuttled me. Every other attempt was absolutely my own incompetence that fucked me over. Could you possibly believe that, you know, it wasn't gonna change? Probably not. Maybe I'd have fucked up again. Maybe I'd have fucked up again. Very likely. But that possibility's not there anymore. It remains in the unknown. Just like, what could have happened in 1994? Could the Montreal Expos, with the best record in baseball, won a World Series, flexed on the league that laughed at them for years for being the butt of literally every joke, watching their younger brother expansion team in the Blue Jays win 2 titles. Hell, Blue Jays won in 92 and 93. They were still good. We could have very likely had a Blue Jays Montreal Expos All Canada World Series in baseball. We could have, but we'll never know. Because that opportunity was taken from us. The Desert Rose. I feel like my birth has sort of created the curse that is the Stanley Cup curse on Canada. Because I believe my birth coincided with right around the time that either the playoffs started or the first round ended of Stanley Cup. Well, yes, because you're only a year older than me, which means, yes, you would have been 92. But in saying that, we were born at the start of the season, which would make us technically children of Prodigy. Not Prodigy. Prophecy. That's the one I'm looking for. It did start with a P. However, if we want to, if I may goalpost move and be a flag waving, lol, I've got something here, that makes him the Darkspawn because my World Series win is better in 93 because I've got the iconic Joe Carter home run. Touch 'em all, Joe. A walk-off 3-run bomb to win the World Series over the Phillies. Oh, buddy, it's 100%. It's 100% Soul and Valor. It actually is. I was trying to think of it as like, wait, no, I'm Canadian, but I'm on the western side of Canada. I'm on the western side of Canada, so it is by default stolen valor for me, because in their eyes, I'm born on the wrong side of Canada. It's why it's like why Western Canadian Maple Leafs fans are scorned by Eastern Canadian Maple Leafs fans. It's like, you're not from here. You're second tier. You're not from here. Also, yeah, we should go find that rose. But yeah. That rose is going to be a bit of a problem. I could see that being something where it's like, on one hand, it has the "but hear me out," but the other is like, no, you know what? It could work. It can work. Of course, there's one more of you here. I was with Capitan, see? Captain of the ship. Every day, me and my crew, we'd sail the ocean, look for treasure. We found something very special. The name is the Sage's Stone. Alas, it's not a story with a happy ending. When we sailed back to Gondolia, the treasure was a terrible storm. Just wrecked on the rocks. We all started trying to jump into the sea and save our treasures, but my crew, they hold back. So we watch all of my beautiful treasures shrink to the bottom of the sea. Where is it? Find the stone. It is due east of Heliodor. That's where you must look. East of... East of Heliodor? East of... Oh god, it's in Nautica! It's in fucking Nautica? We can't I don't think we can warp to Nautica, can we? At least, not... Actually, shit, we might be able to go there now. Shit, we might be able to go there now. Nautica... Okay, no, by context, I'll pull up the map again, for the sake of it. So if you look kind of dead center, look at the well, I guess not dead center, start at the giant crater, work your way south till you see like the big kingdom there. That is Heliodor. Then you work your way east to the sole little island in the middle of this inland sea, directly east or to the right of Heliodor. That is Nautica. That is where that is. We currently cannot warp there because I believe at the time is we had just spawned in there as our fish form, so we didn't really have the means to get there. We were just kind of sent there when the World Tree went crashing down. So, by extension, I don't know if I can actually go there. Within saying that, too, there is currently an absolute dick rag of a spectral sentinel in a giant fuck-off fish that is looking for me. And he knows at one point that I was there. I'm assuming until I put that son of a bitch on the grill and fry him up barbecue style, I'm not going to be able to actually go to Nautica. So even though I don't think I can, I don't know if you can, I don't know, chat, if you can see the hand that is scrolling on the display screen here. Probably not, but if you can, it is currently hovering over the island that I have to go to. Seeing as it's a console game, I'm assuming that no, it's not there. But yeah. I don't think we can go there, and I don't... Oh, wait! We can't even go there anyway! I forgot about something very important. We can't go there anyway. It currently doesn't, like... I will say it currently doesn't matter, because we can't actually go to that island anyway. But to give you at least a visual indication, I am going to add this Pokeball over top of the island that we need to go to. So that Pokeball is currently covering the island that we have to go to. Now, here's the problem. We currently lack the means to go underwater. We're over here. So, we can certainly sail over to where this treasure is. By extension, the red star, if I ever pull up this map, the big red star is us. There's a big red star in game, that is us. The boat is our closest access to the sea, where we can hit the boat and sail. Here is where we need to go for this Under the Sea quest. We can't currently actually do it because the Lorelei's harp, which allows us to go underwater and travel to a few other places, like, say, this inland sea here, which is sectioned off by everything. There's a teleporter over here, there's one over here, there's one over here. Like, there's a few of these that are kind of all over the place. There's one that was kind of in here that allowed us to actually get over to Phenomenon, the Academy, and all of that jazz. But if this is Heliodor, that makes this cobblestone which I'm trying to remember where Dundrasil is at the moment, because I believe this over here by the big volcano, that's Hotto. But that can't be where... So that's Gallopolis, over to Hotto. Oh, right. So it's actually just right over by that. Oh, right. Where we actually need to go in order to get the harp is where the Pokeball is sitting right now. That is Octagonia. That is where we need to go. That is, for story purposes, where we need to go. That is where, for stream-related, streamer sanity purposes, we ain't going anywhere near there. So yeah, Pokeball gonna disappear off screen here because we are done with the visual aid. Adeo, Samarella. we are just gonna go and try and find this, we're gonna go and find this thing in the grotto, which I believe that's the thing that nets us the helmet, which the helmet should probably help us a little bit, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Thunder is still popping off here because of course it is. Worth its salt. Oh. That's not even the quest I wanted to go for because that's mithril ore. I don't really care for that. I need the Hades helm. Mini metals, don't care. Oh, for fuck. Oh, God. That's when I gotta get it all the way to the fucking crypt. God damn it. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm getting that one done anytime soon. At least not right away. Because I know Hodo is somewhere we have to go later in this excursion. Later in this excursion in Act 2, we actually have to go there for things. So, this is currently a... you know what? I guess I can go check something right now, because this door is here, and it has the lock on it. Did I just straight up forget to go in? I did. Well then. Divine Designs. Seraphic Scepters and a pair of Angel's Sandals. Oh shit, I actually finally learned to make shoes. I just figured out how to make shoes. Now, are said shoes any good? So the Seraphic Scepter I can't do fuck all with. At least not now. God damn it, where is Serena? What kind of annoys me about this is Serena is the only one that can use the tiny wands for healing. My god, this would be helpful with a few, but I guess Rab in a weird way is kind of like a combo. He's a combo of Serena and Veronica, but he's not better than one of them. Like, Rab is kind of the case of you're gonna take a hit, you're taking a hit damage and healing wise, but you're not taking up 2 slots in the party. Whereas the twins, you get a specialist where Serena can use more mid-tier healing skills to out-heal Rab, and Veronica can just sort of murder anything in front of her. And oh, these are just basically the Hermes boots. Oh my god. You know that. And everyone gets a 25, a plus 25 in terms of speed, because the speed stat is something we are not doing anything with. We are either doing defense at minimum or going after a more useful skill. Which is kind of tragic because, well, yeah. Like, speed's not bad, but in this game, in this JRPG specifically, speed kind of doesn't matter. Because the speed stat is kind of played more like... The speed stat is kind of played more like a percentage. It's played more like a percentage than it is a hard number. Because if it was a hard number, you'd be able to plan around it. Like, for example, agility. Pipe Guy, 134. Hendrik, 56. Rab, 103. Sylvando, 130. By all accounts, if you were to play by agility logic, speed logic, your order of operations will permanently be Pipe Guy, Sylvando, Rab, Hendrik, which makes sense. You have your protagonist that you have jacked to the gills to make sure that he is kind of sort of the god killer solver of all problems. The flamboyant speedster, who can kind of jack of all stats, master of, like, jack of all trades, master of none, but has a speed stat that can compensate it. Then your your mage, your healer, they're not meant to be fast. They're meant to, you know, heal, use magic stats. They're not meant to be a speedster. And then there's Hendrik. Hendrik is the tank. The tank that I have not equipped with a shield or optimized his defensive stat because I do not believe in him being a tank. I believe in him being, as Fanboy mentions, big meaty man slapping meat. That's why he is probably going to be dual wielding axes almost the first chance I can actually get. He is going to be big meaty man slapping meat. Or big meaty men chopping meat? Because, you know, dual wielding axes. Which, my god, now that I think about it, and I don't remember if I actually tried to do this before, because I don't think I ever had him dual wield. I think I only ever had him carry great swords. Because I just saw, damn it, I just saw the attack stat and was like, but bigger number though. I didn't account dual wielding and like what the attacks did based on like, I didn't do the math. Even though by the time Dragon Quest XI Echoes of Elusive Age came out, and I was working with a pipe fitter, where I was helping him do math, where I was helping crunch numbers for how much pipe we needed, and angles, and fucking angles of deflection, angles of inflection, angles of elevation, blah, 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 blah. Did I think for 1 second in my video game to actually apply that math? Fuck no. You know what I saw? This number bigger, do more damage, unga bunga. Because when I play a video game, I don't want to apply that knowledge more than I have to. Which may at times appear why maybe I have a bit of a dumbass mentality to me is at work, certainly do my level best to be brilliant and apply knowledge and numbers and mathematics and things. I play video games. I want to kind of shut my mind off. Like, I know I gotta do a little bit of thinking and like planning and that, but it's like, I just kind of want to do things. Which is weird that I play a bunch of JRPGs. Because that at times requires me to fucking think. Like, you'd think by my line of logic, I'd be playing a lot of, like, Call of Duty, or, like, fucking Call of Duty, okay, admittedly, I do play kart racers, and a lot of kart racers, but I'll defend them to say, like, you take some time with kart racers, you take a little more time than just the mindlessness of it, and you learn some things. Like, Fanboy, you were a fucking godsend during the very first Carts and Crafts, Diddy Kong Racing. You taught me some fucking tech that, my God, I'd have been fucked otherwise. You taught me some tech and some meta that I'd have been fucked otherwise. Like, by no means was I gonna be, you know, trying to beat the game with fucking crunch. Not a masochist. Although there's a couple of masochists on YouTube that have some very excellent videos describing how bad crunch is in OG Diddy Kong Racing and providing gameplay to prove it. Shout out to the ever eternal quote from one Thomas Fox: "Winners don't use crunch." Which does remind me, one of the things I kind of want to do when I, you know, maybe get a little bit of spare change together, I do want to revisit Diddy Kong Racing, but not the N64 version. Because keen members will remember there are technically two versions of Diddy Kong Racing. There is the N64 version and the Nintendo DS version when they could no longer use the rare characters like Banjo and Conker. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, man? This is someone that... This is coming from me who does some dumb shit for the sake of doing dumb shit? Why would you subject yourself to that? Why would you do that, man? Like, video game mentality. You good? Like, do you play as Street Fighter Alpha Dan because you think he's gonna be viable at some point? Do you... Do you boot up Persona 4 Arena online, even though the online community is probably long since dead, and think, you know, my Naoto main's gonna get me somewhere. The fucking zoner and trapper in a combo-centric Arxus game. You good, man? Or are you just going for the, like, how can I make this? I say these comparisons as like a, you good? But in the same breath, I'm going to encourage it in the same way as, like, I would 100% tune in to see how this plays out. Like, I'm certainly not saying that, like, crunch in Diddy Kong Racing is gonna go the same, but I very much remember at the beginning of the year when I did the Crash Team Racing Beat the Clock challenge. Boy, did I feel like I was making a fucking mistake playing as fucking Dingo Dial. I felt like I was making a fucking mistake playing as goddamn Dingo Dial in the later stages of the run. 'Cause sure, Dingo's fucking great in the beginning until you hit about OG or Nitro, because, buddy, I remember me and Cyber White Tiger watching through the Crash Nitro Kart mayhem. Because, yeah, for those of you that aren't aware, my boy, the myth, the legend, Fanboy Brian, sans driving mechanics. I mean this in the nicest way possible. Suffered. Crash Nitro Kart. Suffered, but succeeded. Suffered, but succeeded. And that is a game that, while the first one, you can kind of fake it till you make it, even with the Oxide races. I'll be honest, as a... Oh no. Oh. I would have done the same. No. I say I would have done the same, but I would have... Actually, what I would have done was probably cursed my drunken ass the stream before, saying, "You stupid son of a bitch. Why would you not remember to fucking save in a game that was made pre-2010 without auto-fucking saving, you dumb motherfucker? You should have fucking saved." The, like the drift boost mechanic, or just, like, boosting in general? Because it's a... The best way that I can describe it is... It's a three-hit system. It's a three-hit system. The timing is the same all three times, but it's a three-hit system. Where you pay attention to the meter. The 2019 Crash Team Racing remake does an infinitely better job at fair, and I feel like the only way that I'd be able to show that to you well, it's funny you mention that, is like, you know, I know I did the trilogy. But So I'm trying to think, how's the best way to do, like... I guess the best way for me to do this, and this will obviously require, like, a little bit of research on my end ahead of time, is maybe later in the year, I run back the nitro-fueled Beat the Clock. Because Branson kind of got sewered on that end in that he wasn't actually able to be a part of the stream at any point because he had to work. I did it during a weekday, and we actually had the clock beat before he clocked off shift because I gave myself way too much time. I need to give myself that little bit of air of danger where one false step, or like sort of one false step, could sewer me, or like perfect. Like I either almost got to be perfect, or I have to be more perfect than perfect. And the timeline that I gave myself was way too much. So I want to look at what is it going to take for 100%. Can I realistically knock that out in one day, or do I essentially give myself basically turn it into a two-part run here? This one, no. The mini medals are going to be go west of the Mangle Grove. There's a okay. Nope, you don't want a word with Hendrik or Granddad or okay, yeah, cool. Also, not even acknowledging that I am in Dracilian armor right now. Okay, yeah, no. Look, I know you're ultimately an NPC, and mostly because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have gotten all the mini medals, especially with the change from Act 1 to Act 2. And while certainly not as egregious the sicko mode boss run that is the remake of 8, there's definitely still some nonsense that is going to take me more time to deal with than the end of the game. The true end of the game proper. Not saying there aren't some things that I might want to do with some of the bonus dungeons. There is one that provides me with some excellent weapons, armor, and things. But speaking of things, nope. Like maybe like 4 or 5 words at best. I will say in oh, don't worry, I've got this question locked up. Because I'm not letting it go. But to jump back to the whole French thing, my grade when it came to mandatory French in school, we were on the opposite side of it. We never had to do it once. The grade below us had to. So by extension, all 3 of my brothers went through French classes through elementary school, and did a little bit of it in junior high. I never had to. Which absolutely fucked me when I did a little thing called Encounters with Canada. Because Encounters with Canada was a thing where I would, as a high schooler, fly to Ottawa for a week, and hang out with high schoolers from all over the country. Based on the only criteria that was there was like, what niche do you want? And my niche, my at the time 5'6", 170-pound butterball ass decided was a good idea, was sports. Yeah, being the fucking rotund second baseman on a baseball team, decided the best way for Encounters with Canada for me was sports. Meanwhile, I have these fucking dudes that are just shredded, built from granite. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? Well, I was either a second baseman or a center fielder. Like, I was either making sure I could turn double plays. I know where you're going, but I'm sticking with the sport. But I was also the center. I was either the second baseman in the infield because I didn't let much get past me, or I was a center fielder. Because my coach also is like, you know damn well, like, you know what's going to happen out there. You know the batters. You know the batters. You know what shift to play. And you know what's got to be done. So, if I put you out in center, you're the fucking man. Those are your fucking boys. Make sure they know what they're fucking doing. And, I'd like to say that I moderately succeeded. Was it blatantly obvious when I said fucking shift? Yes. Did I get yelled at by my mother for saying fucking shift? Yes. But did my outfielders fucking shift with me? You goddamn right they did. Well, the thing was, is like, in a way, when you think of the first baseman as a player, you don't want your first baseman as someone who is so quick on the get up to the. You want the guy who's going to be able to, like, plant himself on the base if the ball's not going anywhere near him, to get on the base and make sure you can record that out to stop a single. And we had guys that could do that. Me, despite being a bit of an oversized sack of shit, I had mobility, and I was able to make sure I could get in front of the ball. So, as much as, you know, I was built like a first baseman, I can move like a fielder. I will say, on what goddamn planet my coach thought it was a good idea to put me as a pitcher and basically spend 100 pitches of me and the other team essentially wasting our time because the other team were assholes and wouldn't swing because they knew I wasn't a pitcher. But that's tournament baseball when there's pitch counts and shit, so, on one hand, I was kind of fucked if I did, fucked if I didn't, but, yeah, there's a reason I'm not a pitcher. I am, in fact, as the youth would have said, a belly itcher. Should we go to that other campsite now that I'm remembering it? And maybe if I'm lucky, maybe I can try and find some metal slimes in the area. Info. Crap, that was actually where I wanted to go. Monsters by family, slime family. Metal slime. Altar of the... Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck off. Liquid metal. Altar of... I never recorded a single strikeout. I managed to get to a count of 2 strikes, I believe 7 times. Oh yeah. I'm not a pitcher! I never claimed to be one! That's why I was a fucking fielder! I have the accuracy of a flintlock pistol. Or a shotgun at range. I know that. I know. No, I don't take it as a slight because I know what my pitching ability is. Dog shit. I know better than that. Are you fucking kidding me though? These fucking bastards aren't gonna show up? Ugh, God damn it. Alright, new plan. New plan. Oh, hey! Seribot putting in some work! It's not often I get to do this anymore because Seribot seems to take them out before I realize that they're even there. But, to the bot, we hit him with this. Take it away, Skid Row.
Get the fuck out!
I apologize if that account name is one that you maybe had for years. But a bot, some phishing bot managed to get your info. And I apologize that your name has been banned. But because it was, I gotta do it to you. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Like, can I inquire at what age? Can I inquire at what age this happened? For me, there was just a random bot showed up, like a random bot that got blocked because of a term cheap viewers. I didn't even get to see what the comment was. It just was in and out that quickly. I'm assuming it was like,
Okay, here we go.
okay, well, point being, yeah, we'll circle back to this one at maybe an earlier time in a night of a different stream. We'll circle back on a different stream. Cuttlefish. What the fuck? I mean, no disrespect to either the people I'm about to imply in this, but Mom, are you good? Because that's the shit that will happen with my mom. And a spelling mistake turns into a like, what in the goddamn fuck are you trying to tell me, Mom? What's worse and what kind of makes the dig kind of worse? I knew what you were telling me. I knew what you were trying to say. Much like anytime my mother has an autocorrect disaster, it's like, uh-oh. No. No. How about you don't fucking get to do that at all? Oh shit. Wait. Maybe I can get out of this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't see an H. I can get out of this. I can get out of this. Hendrik, you fucking legend. Listening? Fee, fi, fo, fuck you, vicious slime. Hey, we got a slime drop. Okay, but now I do wanna... Oh Christ, there's 7 of them! And now the vicious slimes are forming into a vicious slime king. Or vicious king slime, which I am going to probably belly laugh at if this works. Buddy, I'd like to, but I don't have the throwaway funds to do that. I gotta make sure I can even get the fucking work when I get the call, man. As much as I would like to. Brother, it may not be in the cards. Damn it. Really hope that would work. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go again. All right. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just gonna use this and, Have I mentioned how awesome that move is, even though Sylvando loses so much magic, it's absurd? That, unfortunately, does not really help my plight. If anything, that kind of makes it worse. Anything, that kind of makes it worse. Oh, hey, money. Because I still don't have the expendable funds, man! Unless my younger brother starts actually paying the backhoe rent that he has. I'm fucked. I'm fucked till like the 5th of August. Have a good one, dude. Yeah, like, don't really want, like, not the keenest on sort of shooting the world with my financial situation, but unless I get back to work, I'm kind of fucked. And like, it is what it is. Even if I were to say, like, take something close here that's just something, it's not gonna be able to like dig me out of the hole. It's not gonna really dig me out of the hole. I'm gonna have to kind of like, I'm kind of hoping and praying that I can kind of get this, that we got this 8-month gig firing up sooner rather than later. I know I got a spot, but I gotta get there first. And much as I hate to end on what is basically a bit of doom and gloom here, is like, it's kind of where we gotta call it for the night. It is 2 a.m. in the morning my time, and I don't know, we gotta go and visit a priest here. What we certainly need to do is we need to get a little bit more level up. We need to get some levels, and we need to kind of stack up. We need to stack up as much offensive stuff as we can. So I think the best course of action with that, in terms of places that we can actually go, might actually be Hotto. Because we might be able to even just avoid fights and get our way to Hotto. Even though it may not be the most, it may not be a financial boon on our end to do that. But there might be some stuff we can find along the way that might make it a boon. So